back to my channel. So today I thought I'd sit down with you all and show you how I create this eye look. I was inspired by the Kendallin and Jamie YouTube video, so I tried to create it myself using her palettes. This one here, the Urban Bible. So yeah, I'll get on with the video and show you how I created this look on this eye. So if you like, then keep on watching. Ignore my hair, I just got out the bath. So let's just get on with the video. First off, I'm gonna go in with my P. Louise base in the shade Room My 0.5, and I'm gonna take this on a, oh my god, trying brushes, on my Revolution Pro flat, like a like a flat dense brush, and on the bottom is like a buffing brush. So I'm just gonna put some of that on the back of my hand. Just like, you don't need a lot now, you just need like that much. So I'm just going to carve out the eyebrow. It's like to concentrate, there's a mirror behind, so the concentration on like being really precise is key. So I'm lightly just carving the brow out like so, and then I'm just gonna take more of the product, and then this is when I start to drag and like pat onto the whole lid like so. And then I'll go in with a bigger brush. So this is the the PH Cosmetics 120, and I get more of the product and I stamp it all along the lid, even in circular motions, just to brush it into the skin. Oh my god, I just poked my eye. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to poke yourself in the eye. I'm dragging it down to the lash line as well, so you don't want like any harsh lines or anything like that. So once we have that done, I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna set it or anything, I'm literally gonna just jump straight in. Now I just have to figure out which brush I use because I have them all laid out in front of me. So I'm gonna take this blender brush in the number 35, and I'm literally going to go in with the palette, and I'm going to take the darkest colour here, which is Sacrifice, and I'm literally just tapping it on, like, because these are very pigmented, and I'm literally just going to pat it on, starting with the outer corner. We're not blending here, we're just packing it on. I'm just blending a little bit because I had two little lines. That might look messy, but it's okay. We clean it up at the end. So I'm only just taking this in the crease. I'm not going any higher than the crease because we're going to blend the other colours in above. So I'm taking this, just packing it on. And I'm just like lightly blending the front, just because I don't want any like harshness at the front. So like the edge here I've packed loads on. So we're just gonna keep packing it on until you keep packing it on until you have enough of the product that you want. So alright, so now I have enough product. I'm gonna go in with a bigger brush. So I'm going in with my, doesn't have a name, I am taking this red here, and I'm going to apply that ever so slightly on the top, like so, just to blend those two together. It might look a bit crazy, I know, but once they're all blended together, I go in with a smaller brush. I just use this to like pack it on. Now we have that like faded in. I'm gonna go back in with the brush I used for the colour Sacrifice, and I'm just gonna like ever so slightly just buff off any of the product and literally just work those two colours together. All that blended in, so I'm literally just gonna go back in with a bit of Sacrifice and just deepen it up a little bit more. And literally just swapping then until I get the blend that I want. It's just really hard to get that blend that you want. Now, I'm gonna go in the same brush that I used the red on, just wipe again a little bit of excess, and I'm gonna go in with this vibrant yellow, which is called Faith, and I'm literally doing the same as I did the red, just above the red, ever so slightly, not too up high, just so it's blended. And because you're mixing yellow and red, it kind of gives that effect already as a fade look orange. What I like to do as well though, I like to lift my own eyebrow up just so I can precisely get where I want to go with the colour. And I'm bringing them colours like all the way into the inner, not too heavy, just ever so slightly blended into the middle. Now just because you can't see much of the red, I'm going to go in again, same brush, and literally blend upwards, so it's gradually going upwards. Just because I feel like on this eye you can't see much of the red, whereas this eye you can. So ever so slightly just dragging it up. Doing the same on the inner, because we're going to cut the crease anyway. So it doesn't matter about the pigment in the inner corner. I just want to make sure it's all blended nicely. It doesn't matter if you get access down here, you're just going to swipe it up back. So now I'm happy with that. I'm literally going to go back in with the brush I used to cut the crease. So the flat brush. And to carve out the brows, that's what I meant. Now you want to be really careful here. So I'm going to start in the inner corner and slowly swipe up. And then I'm just gonna look into like the mirror straight so I can see how high I went up. So I took it a little bit higher than my cut crease on the other eye. So literally I need to another pump and PW's base. That's what I'm using to cut the crease. I know it looks a bit crazy and it does not look identical to the other. But I promise, like once cut the crease and we add the rest, I'll show you a little trick that I do to make it look darker. So you don't want to swipe this, you just want to like pat it down, because if you swipe you're just going to ruin the colours underneath. like so. And then with the excess on the brush, I'm literally just going to wipe it off on my hand, on the back of my hand, just because as you can see it's like leaving little purple marks because of the purple we used. And then with this end on the bottom, I'm going to go back in with Sacrifice, tap the excess on my hand and literally tap and swipe towards the inner corner, just to give that natural look to get rid of the harsh line. I seen the Kendall used the, I think that's how you pronounce her name, the brush, but for me I feel like it's not working, so I'm literally just gonna do this a little bit like so, and then I'm gonna show you now what I do. So I'm gonna go in with this brush. It doesn't have a name. I forgot the name. They don't have names. So I'm literally going in back with Faith, and I'm going to tap this in the inner corner because you can't really see that's not that pigmented. If you mix it with the white shade, I seen this trick. It makes it more pigmented, so you can see how vibrant it is. You don't want to go too high, so you're just meeting the line where you cut the crease, like so, and you're only going 3/4 of the way. So then in the middle here, as you can see the concealer. So then with the same brush, I'm just flipping it over. So here's the yellow and here's the red. So I'm gonna go in with the red and pack that in the middle. The same again, you don't need to go too high, you just go up to the crease where you cut it. Sorry if you hear people in the background, it's my parents downstairs. And then I'm literally going back in with the yellow. It's so easy using the one brush, so you can literally just blend them both together like so. Again, if you can't see properly, you can always just lift your eye up. Now as you can see, that's all blended in. The only difference I can tell is that here in my inner, where my cut creases, is much darker than this. So this is the tip I've learned over the years of doing makeup. Oh, hold on now. What I go in with, I'm just going to darken the edge first. Okay. What I do is I take a really dense brush. So I'm going to go in with this. It's the oh no, it's not PH Cosmetics. It's like a small, really angled brush. I go in with Sacrifice. The brush will be the very dark purple. Top off any excess, and literally where we cut the crease, I'm just gonna drag it along to make it darker. Just because we obviously went over too much of the purple. So we do that. I just went over too much again. I'm just gonna do some of the yellow. Pop that there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush like this. Oh my god. I dropped the palette nearly. This is a Morphe palette. This is a Morphe brush. And I'm just ever so slightly blending the harsh line of purple we just did to make it darker upwards, and make sure everything is blended, because you don't want like just a line going across your eye. If you need to go back in with more product, of the purple, which I think I do on this eye because I feel like this one's way darker. Then just apply more product, but I'm happy enough with that. Yeah, I'm happy enough. Yep, happy enough with that. So then what I'm gonna go in with is I actually dropped the lid somewhere. It's my Maybelline Tattoo Brow. I'm gonna use the brush that applies with it. So I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows upwards in the shape that they already are. And then I'm using a small amount of this tattoo brow thing because it's just very, very pigmented. So I'm literally drawing a line underneath my eyebrow. Like so. And then I'm going to draw a line on the top and connect the tail together. I'm slightly going over my eyebrow just because my eyebrows are completely different when they've been waxed and tinted. This one has less hairs than this one on the end, so like so. And then I'm gonna put more access and product, and I'm literally brushing that through the hairs. And if you need more product, like I said, keep going in with the product. With the brows, I feel like they need more product to cling to, whereas like makeup doesn't cling to anything, it clings to the concealer, whereas eyebrows just have hair. So then I don't use any access at the front, so what I like to do with the spoolie on the other end is just brush it upwards and join the products. See how I've like literally gone over? What I do is I go in with the brush that we used to carve out the brows and ever so slightly just bring the product back up. So I'm literally blending the front of my hairs with the product, so I'm not using any access product. Like so. Sure the other one is the same as well. Now I'm just going to shoot off camera, wipe away the excess and put on mascara, and then I'll be back. So now I've cleaned up the edge and I've added mascara. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. So this is the PS 220, and I'm literally tapping a small amount in the black, which is called Sin, and I'm ever so slightly just gonna tap in the outer corner just to give it a bit more like darkness. You get me? I don't know how to describe that then. Like so. Here's the concealer. Now I'm gonna go in with my duo glue in black, and I'm gonna go in with these lashes that are from Penneys. They're called Flutter, and I'm going to put the glue on the lash. Like so. Don't think about wearing nails. Trying to put glass glue on doesn't work because you get it all over your nail, and especially when they're white, it's horrible. So I'm just gonna let this dry for a little bit, and then I'm just literally now just like, I'll let it dry, but I'm gonna like just ever so slightly then put the glue on so that when I go to put the lash on it sticks better. I seen Kendall do this in Jamie's video and I was very surprised that's what they do. Never get white nails because doing makeup with white nails just does not work. Like, look, they just turn black. So they just never get white nails. So now it's a little bit tacky. I'm just going to place the eyelash on. I also recommend like an eyelash applicator because with false nails it's really hard to stick lashes on without an applicator. So now I'm just going to let that dry and then I'm going to start set on my face. So I will be back in 2 seconds. I'm going to go in with my Nivea Men Sensitive Moisturiser and I'm just taking 1 pump of that on my finger, and with the other finger I'm literally just going to like dot it around my face. And blend that in using my fingers. People are going to be shocked because I'm actually going to do my full face without being in the dark. I don't know how it's going to work because I hate doing my makeup in like natural light, but for some reason I feel like doing it today just so I can show you guys. And with the Access, I literally just blend that around my nose because that's where my nose tends to get dry. And like I said, I put some on my lips. And then I'm going to go in with the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer. It's moisturising with bamboo water. So this is actually brand new, so I'm actually going to test this out. I don't want a primer that is like too cakey on the face. So I feel like a cake on my face. I'm in my pyjamas, by the way, and this lash won't stick. That was horrible. So then I'm just it's like a blue. So I'm just gonna take 1 pump of that because I don't know how this primer is going to be. So I'm just gonna do what I did with my moisturizer. Oh, it smells nice. It's very watery. Obviously it's a watery. But I fixed the eyelash now. It doesn't feel cakey, it just feels like I'm putting an extra layer of moisturizer on, if that makes any sense to anybody. And then for my foundation, I'm going to use the Rimmel London Last and Finish 25 Hour in the shade 201 Classic Beige, just because I still got a bit of excess tan on. Don't want my foundation to be so dark, so I'm going to go in with my Cocoa Brown T1. It's actually a fake tan brush, but I use it for my makeup instead because this foundation is very dark. I forgot how dark it was. So I'm literally going to go in with that in circular motions. Blend it all over my face. Okay, on camera it doesn't actually look that dark, but on the light it does. You'd want to be careful when you go close to the eyelash, the eyeshadow, not eyelash, because you just don't want to like, what's the word, blend any into your eyeshadow, because then you'd have to repeat the whole shebang again. But nobody ain't got time for that. So I'm literally just curving around my eyebrows, in between my brows, just basically because I've already done them. I don't want to mess them up. I just want to leave them the way they are. And make sure all my foundation is blended in nicely on near my ears and around my face. my mouth. My mouth when I'm kind of talking doesn't as much hold. Yeah, that made no sense. This eyelash though. Like that, guys, I just had to go off camera and re-stick this lash because it wouldn't stick. So I'm gonna go in my chestnut contour stick and I'm just going to contour my face, and then I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just blend it out. I hate trying to stick lashes on. I'm so used to like the individual ones by now, and trying to stick those on them just didn't work. I just wanted to cry because I have no individual lashes left. So now that's all blended in. My lips are so chapped, you can just ignore them. They're so chapped. So I'm just going to go in with my Revolution Conceal and Define in this shade 01. And I'm just going to conceal under my eyes. Normally where I want to highlight. Oh god. That's a lot of product then. So, I have no news. Like, I was gonna like have a little chat, but I don't know anything. I have nothing to say really. I'm boring, like always. And I'm just gonna go back in with my beauty blender and blend all the concealer in. Sorry about my dad, he's on the phone to my granddad in the UK. So I'm ever so slightly just gonna blend this in because I don't want to go too close to my eye, and ruin my concealer. So I just leave like that much there, and I just blend the rest as closely as possible I can, but I don't want to go too close, if you get me. So, like already over here, I've literally gone too far up. So then, the brush that we use to blend the eyeshadow, the concealer, I'm just going to take that brush again and just blend under my eyes, just so all the concealer is blended in and there's no like harsh line underneath my eyes. So then, with this brush, honestly I don't know the name of it again, I'm going to go in with my CY pressed powder in the shade Fair. I've run out of this one nearly, but I do have another one. And I'm just going to press this into where I applied the product, well, the concealer, just so it doesn't crease quickly, because we're going to apply eyeshadow to the bottom of the lash in 2 seconds. So I want to make sure everywhere or around that area is set, just also so I don't look like, if I come really close to the camera here, I missed a bit. So I'm literally just going to go back in with that little brush and just blend it away, like so. It's so weird actually doing my makeup in the light like this. It's probably the first time I've ever done it. Like, I never like doing it in light. So then I'm going to go in with my Instant Glow bronzing powder in the shade 17. Now, the brand is 17 and this is a medium bronze. And this isn't a product anymore, which really hurt my feelings. The company have decided that they want to not sell their product anymore, so I broke it and I can't get it anymore. And I'm just going to take this on like a big a big brush. It's just my unicorn brush. and just apply it. I'm tapping it and just swiping upwards just where I applied the cream contour. I always cream contour, I don't like just using bronzers. I'm going to take that down my neck as well just to blend everything in so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm just going to swipe it down either side of my nose. I didn't cream contour my nose, I'm just going to powder my nose just to give it a little bit of shape. Like so. And then I like to be bronzed, so in the light I don't look like bronzed, so I'm going to go in with my Hoola Benefit mini bronzer. And the first time I tried this I used the little brush that came with it, and that was a disaster because I had just like a line of bronzer going down my face and I couldn't blend it out. So I'm going to use the same brush, but because it's so small it's hard to get in, but I just tap off the excess, and like with the other bronzer I just tap it and then like swipe it up. And then for my face, oh god, see what happened already. Right, so I'm actually just gonna like brush with my hand any excess on there and try and blend that out because that was horrible. That's what always happens. Okay, you can still see it a little bit. Okay, now it's gone. Thank God for that. Okay, it's not that bad now. Yeah, it's okay. Then I'm gonna go in with my highlighting unicorn brush as well. They don't have names. And I'm gonna go in with my Goddess of Love. This highlighter is my favorite highlighter in the world. I'm just gonna highlight that where I used the concealer. Look at the highlighter though. Oh my god, I feel like a unicorn. It's glowing in the rainbow. Like, oh my god, oh my gosh. Like, if you haven't got this highlighter, you need to go and buy it. You can buy it. I got it in the pharmacy, but you literally get it anywhere. So that's it there. So now we've done all the face, we've done the highlighter. I'm gonna go in back with the palette and we're gonna go underneath the eyes. I like can't get comfy. Like I told you, like in my first video, I think that I need to get an area where I can just relax and talk to you. But I'm literally constantly sat on my bed, so I thought I'd just video on my bed, and it's so the comfiest thing in the world. So I'm gonna go back in with all the colours I used. So I'm starting with yellow. Like so. Does anybody else make those faces where they're like, or is it just like me? Like I feel like I am a real muppet when I do that. Right, so now we're doing the yellow. Then I'm gonna tap off the excess of the yellow and go in with the red. Tap off the red. Like so. I've never done one of these looks before, so this is my first time doing one of these looks. And then I'm just gonna go in with a big angled brush. This is, once again, don't know the name. I will get brushes that I actually do know the names. And I'm just gonna blend it out, just because I don't want it to be sat in one place. I want it to like be blended. Get me? I am so bad at describing these things. So then I'm gonna go in with purple, which is very dark, and ever so slightly just do the edge, if you get me. The edge of my outer corner on the bottom. Oh my god, I just put something I feel like Edward Scissorhand, but with brushes instead of scissors. And I'm just blending it. Oh my god. I'm just trying to blend it up to the other. So I have my Velvet Teddy lipstick, which I adore. It is my go-to makeup. Like, it's the only MAC lipstick I own, but like I wouldn't choose it over any. I did get the, I can't remember which one it was now. I did get another shade and I didn't like it whatsoever. So then I got this Essence Shine 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 Wet Look lip gloss in the shade Let It Go. It's like this shimmery. I never ever wear lip glosses, and if I do, I have lip glosses but then they turn matte, so yeah, it doesn't really work. So I'm just gonna apply a little smell because I don't really like wearing lip glosses. But that is the finished look. I was, what's the word again? I was inspired by the way Kendallin and Jamie did it. Mine is just a bit different. I think I used, like, I watched the video and then because she didn't name any of the shadows she was using, she just said the palette she was using. I found it really hard to kind of like match. I really hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.